Hello folks, welcome back to the kitchen. In this video I'm going to be smoking some chicken wings and I'm going to be using some red gum wood chips to smoke them. And I'm going to be doing them in a slightly different way. It's a bit quicker and I'm going to be using a Cameron's Stovetop smoker to smoke them. But before we do that, I'm going to poach the chicken wings in half a litre of water with some vegetable stock, and I'll poach them for about 20 minutes so that they get nicely cooked and become very tender. That will render some of the fat out of these wings. We'll then apply a dry rub to them and stick them in the hot smoker, and once that's done we'll pop them in the oven, get a roast on them, and I'll put a glaze on them. And the glaze I'm using today is a ketchup and birch syrup. And that's going to be the glaze. Right, let's get these chicken wings going, shall we? So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to put my half a litre of water in my saucepan. And I've got a vegetable stock pot here. You can use stock cubes if you want to, that's absolutely fine. And the next thing is these wings. Now I'm not even going to bother trimming these wings, they're just going to go straight in.
Now of course if you want to trim the tips off these wings, that's absolutely fine.
Right, that's our wings in there. We'll get a lid on that, stick that on the stove, and we'll be ready to go. Okay, let me show you the spices I'm going to be using with these chicken wings. So here's our ingredients. We have a flat teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of ginger, paprika and smoked chili flakes, and a half a teaspoon each of ground black pepper and white pepper. We're going to mix this all together, and this is going to be our dry rub, and that'll go onto our chicken wings. Okay, these have been in for around about 12 minutes. I'm just going to give them a bit of a stir, mindful of the fact that I've got the stock cube in there. Well, it's not a cube, stock pot really. So it's like a condensed stock liquid. You can see we've got a little bit of scum coming off these chicken wings. That's fine, no problem. We'll skim that off once we get this stock all ready. Right, these have got a few more minutes to go. We will wait for these to be done and we'll come back when they're finished. Okay, to smoke these chicken wings, I'm using some red gum, and this is all the way from Australia. Look at that, it's got a beautiful colour to it. Now, this was given to me this summer by Clive, one of my subscribers who got in contact with me. If you look back at one of my previous videos about the SMOKEY cold smoke generator, he bought that over for me from Australia. But he also had some of these red gum chips. He's actually out there now. He's going to bring me back a few more of these, and I think also some peach chips as well. So watch out for some videos featuring that in the future. But these red gum chips, I've never used them before. Apparently they are quite robust, but we'll see how we go with these. I'm going to be smoking these chicken wings in the Cameron Stovetop smoker. It's this little device here, nice stainless steel smoker. It's essentially a roasting tray with a little trivet in there, which has got a food rack on top of it. We'll pop our wings on here after we've dredged them in the dry rub. And in the base of this, we'll put some of that red gum. And you don't need a great deal, okay? So lots of people think, oh, you've got to cover the base with wood chips. That is, in my opinion, a waste of wood chips. All right, so you just need a small handful. Probably, if you're going to measure this out in tablespoons, probably a couple of tablespoons. But I'll show you how much it is in my hand so you get an idea. Probably about that much. All right, we're going to stick this smoker on a stove. So this is kind of hot smoking. Well, it is hot smoking, which is essentially cooking in the presence of smoke. that is all the chips I'm going to be using in my hand there. And this is going to go onto a gas stove, and we're going to do this outside because otherwise we'll just stick the kitchen out. And listen, there's a good tip there. Even if you've got a fantastic extract like I have, I still do this sort of thing outside because it just saves a lot of aggro. You know what they say? Happy wife, happy life. Yay. Okay, so my wood chips are going to go in the center there. Because I'm using a gas stove, I will place this directly over where the gas is coming up. Okay, these chips are there. So when the flames impinge underneath here, that will generate sufficient energy coming through here to decompose these chips into smoke, and the heat that's going to be in here as well is going to further cook the chicken wings, but also the smoke is going to bathe them in that lovely smoke and give them a nice smoky flavour. That's not the end of the process, because once we've hot smoked these for around about 10 to 15 minutes, they're going to be coming back into the oven. I'm going to take the lid off this smoker and essentially just use it like a roasting tray. I'm going to pop them in the oven for about 15-20 minutes with a birch sap and tomato ketchup glaze, and that'll give it a really nice sweet sticky finish, along with all those herbs and the red gum smoke. We should end up with a fantastic chicken wing at the end of it. Right, now I'm just waiting for those chicken wings to be done. They've got about another 10 minutes to go, and when that's ready, I'll show you the next step in the process. Okay, I'm going to show you how I'm going to knock up this glaze, and it's very, very simple. It is some tomato ketchup, and I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons of this, and God, I always get an empty one here. Let me just take this off, honestly. God dear. All right, there we go. 2 tablespoons. You don't have to be too precise about this. Yeah, look how precise I'm being. Right, come on, out we come. Right, I think that one's done. And 2 tablespoons of birch sap. Now, this is pure birch sap. If you haven't got birch sap, you can use maple syrup, and that should give you the same kind of flavour. Birch sap's a little bit different. And basically all I'm going to do is I'm just going to mix those 2 together, and that is going to be our glaze that's going to go on these chicken wings once they go back into the oven after they've had a little bit of smoke on them. That glaze tastes absolutely amazing. Very nice. Oh, you can really get that birch. That's really lovely. Okay, that's the timer done. Okay, so our chicken wings are done, and all I'm going to do now is lift them out one by one, put them in a bit of dry rub, arrange them onto our rack. Right, they're all on there. These are ready to go out and smoke. And don't forget, that is not going to get thrown away. That is a wonderful now vegetable and chicken stock, and we'll strain this, and that'll make an absolutely delicious soup. Right, let's get these in the smoker. Okay, that's all working. We're going to leave it in here for around about 10 minutes. I'll just crack this open a bit so we can see when the smoke starts to come.
Once the smoke's visible, we can close the lid, trapping all that smoke inside.
God, that red gum smells amazing. Right, let's see how these are getting on. Get a bit warm. Oh dear. Oh, that's got a lovely smell to it. God, they got a nice colour, haven't they? Look at that. Look at that. Right, I think they're done. We can get these glazed and then into the oven, and we can put a little bit of crisp on them. Lovely. Right, let's take these inside. Ooh, actually these are a bit warm, so I should really stick that on a trivet. Right, so let's take those off, and let's give them a little bit of a glaze, shall we? We can get these into the oven.
And we have the oven set at 180 degrees Celsius.
Stick those in the oven, and they'll be in the oven for round about 20 minutes. Right, these have been in for 20 minutes. Oh, goodness me, that was warm. Let's give that a wipe. There we go. Oh, they look absolutely delicious. Look at them. Well, all right. Okay, let's get these over to the bed. So, got that last bit of glaze. Let me just pop those on there. Take a look at that. That does look lovely. Right, these are now done. They cooled down a little bit, and I'm gonna taste one because that is what I do. Okay, so let's take a nice small one. Oh, look at that. Pull apart. That's amazing. Oh, you can taste those chili flakes, really nice. The smoke comes through. That is beautiful, really sweet. Obviously that's the ketchup and the birch. Well, they're falling apart. Well, they're all in the bowl now. They're gonna be for dinner tonight, but this is what's left. And so, 15 minutes on that stove was enough to completely turn all that red gum wood chip into charcoal, essentially. So that's been completely expended. We've extracted every last drop of smoke from that. Well, I'll leave the recipe in the description. If you like that, please do consider giving us a big thumbs up. Why not subscribe to the channel so you can see more content like this. And in the meantime, you take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next smoky video. Cheerio now, bye bye.